Inspirient, presented by its co-founder and CEO, Georg Wittenburg.
Thank you so very much. So I'd like to talk today about digital discovery. And discovery is such a big topic, so much at the heart, not only of business, but also at science. And there's so amusing little happy accidents that you just stumble into when you discover new stuff. Right? You go out and discover the sea road to India and you discover a new continent. You get hit by an apple and you discover physics. Or you leave your Petri dish somewhere in the lab and the next morning you've discovered antibiotics. Right? And so the key questions that I want to ask is, so how can we transfer this into the digital world? How does discovery can be digitized? And it is not that you take your blocky sailing ship and then you just go out on a cruise, but it has something to do with the landscape of your data. Basically, within that landscape of your data, there are all these little hidden sites and nuggets that you could discover. And maybe one of those is the next antibiotics or the next thing out there that's just waiting deep in the data for you to find it. So we are saying that discovery in the digital age is very much the discovery of new insights in the landscape of your data. But you will say, well, that is quite a big landscape, so we can't actually do this. And here's the twist. It is the automated discovery of new insights in the landscape of your data. And this is exactly what we're doing at Inspirient. So I know this is pretty abstract, and I want to give you 3 examples of what this looks like, really hands-on. This is the most valuable data set that you will find over the last 5 years. So this is the data set from the US-American Environmental Protection Agency that scanned personal vehicles for emission tests. And we all know that Volkswagen right now has to put out, I think, 18.2 billion euros to kind of cope with this scandal, right? And the basic point that I want to make in this presentation is that if you take that data set available from the website and put it into the automated discovery algorithm, it produces the slide on the right-hand side. So it says there's a pattern in the data. And it says the pattern is that you got CO2 and you got NOx, which is something that the EPA measured. And there's an outlier up there at the very top, right? And you do not have to be a scientist, a chemist, or for a matter of fact, you don't have to know very much what's happening here. But the thing is, if you're a business person, you can say, I do not want to be the outlier in this data set. And you can take action and prevent something bad happening to your company. And the same is widely applicable. Like, discovery is a thing that you can automate. This is a data set that we run for Deutsche Bahn. This is highlighting regional patterns in damages to train stations. Or, just another example, this is a data set being anonymized for a credit institution that was scoring credit risk. And the little bump that you see on the right-hand side, the pattern that's discovered in the data automatically, those are 8,000 credit cases that are simply handled by the wrong team, right? So these are things that are just in the data all the time, and we can discover them automatically. So you might ask the question, what is in your data, scientific data, business data, that you still have to discover? We provide analytics as a service. So we take your semi-structured data, we run it through a deep reasoning system that incorporates the best of business analytics, and then we present it back to you in the form of readable presentation slides. And guess what? Who has ever had some exposure to results from analysis is really good at reading those. So you can basically flip through results, say, I care about this one, I care about the other one, and find new insights in your data. And the best part is that this is actually extending basic human intuition. Humans are incredibly good at reacting to something. They're incredibly good at saying, hey, I like what I have in front of me, but they're terribly bad at knowing where to look. And for that reason, we're saying, okay, let the machine give you an idea of where you might look and say, hey, here's something that you could find in your data, and then the human intuition is augmented by that. And this is something that happens right here, right now, even in Berlin, in reality. And on the right-hand side, this is actually the workshop that we did at Deutsche Bahn, where humans were reasoning about computer-generated results and assessing for themselves in the team, do I care about this? Is this new to me? Is this something that I should take action on? You could repeat the same pattern across different companies, maybe also across different research institutions. Inspirient is providing analytics as a service. We help you find new insights in your data, and we hope that with this service that is very much at the heart of digitization, getting to the valuable bits of the data, we have something very enticing for today's competition. Thank you very much.